Hey guys, what's up? It is Nathan here. And, the last couple of years of Nerf releases have been from Nerf Hasbro have been pretty bad to say the least. And I remember there was a time where I was really excited for blasters because you had blasters that were re-released like the Strife and all of these awesome blasters. And I feel like that's kind of like what we need now. So what if, just hear me out here, what if we released something like the Raven, maybe add a scope to it, maybe release it with like a 10 round banana mag instead of the straight mag. And what if we gave it some more barrel to make it look super cool? And what if we added a multi-dart shotgun thing? But not like the rough cut, because the rough cut is kind of unreliable sometimes. What about we don't use spring power and instead use air power? And what if we make it shoot, instead of 2 darts or 3 darts from the sledge fire, because that's, bad. What if we made it just an entire front section that? This is the review of the Nerf Elite 2.0 Moto Blitz. So yeah, the Moto Blitz. Didn't realize I'd be getting this one so soon, and there's a reason for that. So one of the blasters that this is one of the blasters that I want to modify and take to End War with me, because I really like this blaster. I was sold on this blaster when I realized that it could fire 6 darts at once out of the shotgun. And so this is that particular blaster, and I'm really excited for it. So this is the review. So in terms of what it actually is, it's basically like a Raven, where it's a semi-automatic bullpup blaster with a very, very comfortable magwell and mag release. It's a little bit more of a flappy paddle, unlike the Ravens. And I really like that. The grip, it isn't my favorite, but I can definitely work with it. Same goes for the stock. I prefer the stock on the Raven, but this is fine. And it's got a jam door right here, kind of like what the what was that? The Spectrum had, except it was right there, but it wasn't. This is better. Or this is, I don't know. It depends on, this is more like the infamous jam door. It's got an integrated scope with 1, 2, 3 tack rails on it. Not one on the bottom of the barrel because this thing's in the way, and not one on the front of the barrel because the barrel's already long enough anyway. And it's, like I said, it's just like a Raven. It takes 4 AA's that you put in right here, and it's very, very similar to any stock flywheeler in terms of its performance on the actual blaster portion. And by the way, this is the 10-round magazine it comes with. It's pretty cool. It's definitely just a normal 10-round mag for the most part, but even with the 18-round mag, it's very, very nice. And it performs just as well as any stock Raven. Is that a problem with? Yeah, that was a problem with one of the darts. It performs pretty well in terms of its stock capabilities. It performs just as good as any Strife or Raven. Now, the one thing about this blaster that is kind of interesting very interesting, is the air-powered blaster. You pump it up, and there's blast buttons on either side, and it fires at the most 6 darts out of the Smart AR, although you can fire a volley of pretty much any amount up to 6, which is actually really cool. I hoped it would be like that. So if you only have time to load, 3 or 4 or something, you can still fire them. And I really like that. And I also really like where it is. And the reason is because when you pump it up, you can just have your hand right here. And I don't mind it. I really like this blaster, and I want to modify it a little bit. I've seen on Wacom's review of this that you only have to do a couple of things to the shotgun portion, and it is very powerful. So I really want to do that. Eventually I will. And this is a very, very cool blaster. I think this is a very good HVZ blaster in some cases, but not in all cases, and I'll explain that here in a second. So one of the things that I have to say about this blaster, first and foremost, is that it's a very good blaster. It's what you should expect from, a stock flywheel blaster, and the shotgun is very, very nice in terms of its functionality. And I mean, some game types it'll be more useful. Sometimes some game types it'll be less useful. But the question is, will it use drum magazines? And for the Infamous magazine, the 30-round magazine, it does work. It locks in. The 25-round mag, which didn't work in the Raven, I actually haven't tested this one, so it works. It gets in the way of your wrist, just like the 30-round mag, but it does technically work. And so basically every mag will work. I don't have access to a 50-round drum, otherwise I'd see if that works too. But this actually is really, really cool. There's no paint on this side, Hasbro, but I don't mind this. I've got some gripes. First off, I really don't like this scope. I really just wish there was like a top rail that wasn't attached to this scope. I don't like that scope. I think that's really the only like aesthetic complaint, other than the fact that when I first saw this, and I don't think I was the only one, I saw this and I thought that it would be a Mega XL launcher because I only saw this silhouette and this white and the red kind of color made it, in my opinion, it looked like it would be a Mega XL blaster because that's the colors of Mega XL, that and then that light blue. And so I thought it might be, but it was a shotgun, and it's really cool. I really do like it. Now, and I think that, other than the scope, I think there's really no improvements that I'd want to be made. I don't know. I really wish that this launcher would somehow be able to fire, the first 3 rounds and then the second 3 rounds. In a way, it's like a 2-shot sledge fire. I think that would be really cool, but no, I don't think there's really a way to do that. I really like that I'm tall and it's fairly comfortable. It's not super like ergonomic or awesome in that way, but it's good. It's good enough. Which good enough is better than bad, and Hasbro has made some genuinely bad blasters. In fact, a lot of genuinely bad blasters, and so I'm glad to see that something like this is starting to come out of Hasbro again. But the other thing is that it has screws, so you can take it apart, and I'm really happy about that because as a modder, I really do appreciate, being able to take things apart. And I hope that I can get this wired up for LiPo. The battery tray is pretty small. Not as small as the Raven battery tray, but still small. And so it might be a bit of a tight squeeze for a LiPo, but it still might work, and I really want to figure that out. Now, other than that, there's really nothing else to say. I mean, it's a matter of like, it's a stock flywheeler. And the good thing is it has screws. So, I mean, if you're really worried about like modability, don't worry. People have already opened these up and modded them. So yeah, I'm giving the Moto Blitz, in terms of its overall rating, I'd probably give it a 9.5 out of 10. Probably because there's always room for improvement, but it is a very, very good, like, it's a very, very good blaster. And I think that for HVZs that don't have like special ammo type rules, like, whereas like NWAR doesn't have a rule for like, you know, Mega Darts, like being for like super zombies, they don't have special ammo type super zombies, they have other kinds of super zombies. I really like that you can still have that panic button shotgun integration, which, I mean, because you can do that. You can just fight, like, if you're reloading or something, you just drop and fire, and I mean, it would work. I wish that you could actually hit it with your, like, your trigger hand, but, you know, that's minor gripe. I think that this blaster is really, really good, and I think that for the princely sum, I paid a little bit extra for this because I got it at Target, but the retail price is about a little over $40, and I think that for most people, this is definitely a very, very awesome blaster, and I hope to see some really cool mods for it in the future. So, with that being said, I would like to thank you all very much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment what you think of the Moto Blitz, and comment what blaster you'd like to see next me review, and I will see all of you guys later. Bye.